Welcome to Watch What Crappens. To get our videos as soon as they're released instead of waiting for a week, head over to our Patreon. That's also where you'll find our bonus episodes and our Discord community. We love you guys. Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens. I'm Ronnie and that's Benooni over there. Hello, Ben. How are ya?
Hi, Ronnie. How's it going? How are you?
How are you? Good. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Salt Lake City Day. I am Greek.
I am Greek.
Coming to you with breaking news on Salt Lake City. It's a huge day. We found out Angie came out of the closet yesterday. She is Greek. She is officially Greek. Crazy.
Wow. I was concerned. I was concerned that wasn't like that she might be Luxembourgian, but now we know for sure.
My sweet little Dolma over there. So welcome, everybody. We did Love Megan with Love Megan. Sorry, no disrespect intended, Megs. We did the Netflix show with Love Megan over on our Patreon this week. Go check that out. And if you want videos every day of our shows, all you have to do is go to Patreon. Thanks to everybody over at Patreon. We sure love you. And we're going to be doing Crappy Hour live this coming Monday, at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. You can find that over on our YouTube. You can find reminders on our Instagram, all that good stuff. So join us for that. You know what? That's all I have to say about that. That's
what
it.
You gotta say. October 6th.
How are you feeling?
Monday. Feeling great. Feeling great. Highly entertained by Salt Lake City as usual, and really amused by Whitney Rose going nuts at the end. Also very happy to have our taglines at long last. And I actually, on the whole, I actually really liked this crop of taglines. Whitney's was hilariously it's not overproduced. It's overlabored. It's too much. I don't know, but it was so Whitney Rose. I guess I'm feeling good, and I'm having a nice morning. I had an omelet. So that's a nice touch.
That's a big one.
It's a nice touch. I had an omelet. My fantasy football team won for the first time all season.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. I was going to say we're doing nothing, but I mean, you had an omelet and you have a fantasy football, so that's more than me.
Fantasy football, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I practice seventh chords on the piano. What do you think about that?
Wow.
Okay, so let's get to it. We are with Salt Lake City Season 6, Episode 3. And we open at the at the premiere, Vita Tequila Lounge. Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, but you know what, though? Why don't we should talk about the taglines. Should I bring them up? I'm going to pull up the taglines. Well, you vamp for a moment.
They haven't even happened yet.
The taglines were in this episode.
I know. They're in our notes, though. They're just after this scene. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, I was like, wait.
Oh, no, maybe they're not. You know, they're not. They're not in the notes. Oh, darn. I thought they were here. I mean, what the hell? Okay. We have to look up our taglines now.
That's okay. We can do it. We can. Okay,
taglines.
Salt Lake City. Taglines. Wow, the Salt Lake City 6 taglines hint at major tragedy and lies. Wow. Okay, that's a little dramatic. Okay. Here we go. I'm sending you.
And lies.
That's it's a bit much. Okay. Okay. Well, you know, it's amazing how many articles are out there that say they have the taglines that actually don't have the taglines. They're like, wow, the taglines are revealed. Too.
I'm looking at Reality T. I think we're supposed to watch the video. I ain't watching that video.
I'm not watching a video.
I already saw it.
We want to see texts.
I already saw that.
We want to see text of the taglines. All right. Well, you know what? We don't have the taglines.
Well, you know what? Yes, we do. We have them on good old fashioned Reddit. Where else are you going to get anything in this world?
Thank God. Well,
the biggest news organization on the planet, Reddito. Okay.
Are people enjoying the real time? Oh, wait. I found it on Reality T.
You did?
Wait, a new
a different Reality T? Sorry, Reality T.
No, I got conned again. Oh, no, I did. I found it, everyone. I found it. Guys, this is for the listeners who are
not
in pain over this. This is what we do off. Oh, you all.
This is how we start. We've had literally 12 something hours to prepare, and we're like, what? Okay, so first up is Lisa Barlow. Okay, tequila is my livelihood, my lifestyle, and always top shelf.
To kill is my livelihood. That's good. Wait, these are Ronnie. These are a year ago. You gave old taglines.
Oh, I did.
Yes, here.
Don't
but that was a
blame
nice
me.
throwback.
I've got the receipts, proof, and the screenshots. Oh God, if Heather did that fucking receipts, proof timeline thing again.
Okay, well, here we go. I sent you a new reality T link. They ranked them what they say from best to worst. I just want the audience to know that this isn't necessarily our ranking, but this is the order in which we'll be reading them off of the website. So thank you, internet. Like, if this is the moment that the internet is failing for us, I just want to also point out, like, the internet is so reliable. And why is it that on this one, it's so difficult for us?
So
okay.
So it's ranked from best to worst. I agree with our first ranking.
Yeah, this one's a really good one. This is Mary Cosby saying, "I'm just here to eat, drink, and be merry."
Yeah, because that is all Mary is there to do.
Yeah,
literally, like, I'm just going to show up at the lunches and make comments, and I'm fine with it. That's all I really need That's all I really need, because she does that very, very well. Their set
very
that
strong
they're taking these
work.
Pictures on is very gorgeous. By the way,
yeah,
they have like a ski lodge set, and it's very pretty.
Yeah, well, it sort of looks like an AI rendering, but it's well prompted. Like, they use.
Well, we're all going to be living there soon, so just get used to it. Get ready to upload your brain and be sent there. But it's very nice. You know, the rug is very vacuumed. You see the clean lines in the rug, and they're wearing blues and purples. And Mary is wearing like an evening gown with big fuzzy sleeves.
Well, these are also old as well, because
for Christ's sake, can we get anything
new?
The
pictures? Well, because the new imagery for this season is they're all in white, and this is just what I think what reality T could find.
Oh, okay.
But the pictures it doesn't take away from the fact that they're very nice pictures.
I love their copy too. It's really funny. No one does a Real Housewives tagline like Mary Cosby, whether she's threatening to send Jesus after people or saying her co-stars look like sheep. You never know what she's going to say.
It's true.
Okay, next up is Angie. I am Greek, and the rest are just a tragedy.
That's really good. I really like that one a lot. I'm glad that she finally got to.
I especially like that she said, I am Greek.
Yeah. I'm like really happy she finally got to just say it in a tagline. I am Greek, and the rest are just a tragedy.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
The next one is Bronwyn that says, "If my closet has skeletons, at least they'd be well dressed." I don't think this is a very strong one. I wouldn't. Reality T ranking this as their number 3 favorite, I think, is a little generous.
I think she should have said something like, "They're trying to come for me, but my lips are sealed." Because her whole thing is like, she won't answer questions about her fraud and grand theft and all that stuff because the cases are sealed. So I think she should have had a sealed thing. Or, you know, I don't know, something about going after someone in court. I don't know.
Or if my closet had skeletons, those skeletons would have started a company called Palm Pilot. If my closet had skeletons, Christian Siriano would dress them.
Yeah, and I would pay for it. I've never heard someone brag so much about having to pay a designer, by the way, because she's really like very proud of the fact that she's one of the only people that pays Christian Siriano. And then on Watch What Happens Live, he's like, yeah, she does pay. She's one of the only ones who pays, and she paid for this dress too. And she's like, yeah, I paid. And I was like, I don't know, you're supposed to brag about getting things for free, not paying for them, you know, if you're a celebrity.
But I think like that's what new money does, is like you actually brag about what you could afford, not what.
Well, yeah, you could afford it, but you don't have to, you know.
Exactly.
That's why Lisa Rinna is always going to the Oscars for free, because she finds people to give her a table, you know. She probably could buy a table, but, you know, it's better that you can be like, Elton invited me. Okay.
Yeah.
Elton's a huge Days of Our Lives fan from back in the day.
Huge.
So next up is Lisa Barlow. I don't go low, I go the distance.
See, I think that's very good. That's a good reference to like one of her taglines from last season. I think that Reality T should have ranked it higher. And I'm sorry. I know this is not a referendum on Reality T, But like, if you're gonna do a ranking, then this is how it happens. But I do think that the Lisa Barlow one should be. I think that should be number 3 and not number 4. I think it's a very strong contender.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one's okay. So then you're next.
Meredith Marks. While you drop lies, I'm dropping the beat. Which is funny to anyone who has no idea. If there's someone watching the show who has no idea that she has this little DJ career that she's kickstarting literally tomorrow night in Los Angeles is her tour, then you're just so confused. Like, what does it mean that Meredith Marks is dropping the beat? Like, she literally, there's nothing about her that seems like there's rhythm. Like, I do not associate the concept of rhythm with Meredith Marks.
Well, you will now, buddy. Yeah, I'm excited to see her journey. Her DJ journey. Next up is Heather Gay. My nest is almost empty and the bird is ready to soar.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
It's yeah. It's just like you're guilt tripping your daughters in your tagline. Like, this bird's wings are clipped. This mama bird is sad in her nest watching other birds fly, but finally she can fly, but maybe it's too late for her because she'll fly and not fly as well and get attacked by a hawk, and it's kind of her daughter's fault because she had to spend so much time with them in the nest. Yay!
Disgusting daughters are out of here. Goodbye, gross, smelly, disgusting daughters. That's not even catchy, Heather.
Yeah,
Heather,
it's not.
Hey, Heather, what do you want for your tagline this year? I hate my children.
She posted something on Instagram a few days ago that was like, one of the great honors of my life is raising my daughters. It was like a carousel about her daughters. I was like, nice backpedaling. Even though I think it's totally fine to say, like, thank God the kids are out of the house. I think it's like totally valid to say that. And I don't think that I have no issues with that whatsoever. I just think it's funny that she sort of is like, she's like trying to sort of play it both ways. Like, no, I mean, I love my daughters. I really do. I'm so miserable that they're in the house. I mean, no, I mean, I love them though.
See, it's totally normal, I think, for a parent to be like, oh my God, the kids are out. I've got a whole new life. What do I do? It's like the empty nest storyline. We've seen it a million times. We've seen it in real life a million times. I mean, we're of the age where we know tons of people whose kids are out of the house and all that stuff. So it's not like it's something new to us, and it's not a disgusting thing to say. I'd have a party when my kids left, personally. It's just how she's handling it is so ham-handed. I think she thinks she's doing something that she's not, I think she's going with I'm going to do an empty nest storyline. So I'm going to talk about it every time I'm on screen about how excited I am to finally be an empty nester. But it's coming across as like, fuck those bitches. I'm sad they came out of me at the first place. And I'm glad their stinky asses are out of here. I hope I never have to see them again.
Well, because her problem is that she's trying to link it to her Mormon trauma. So she's like, I was told I just have to be a mother and I have to do this, and I couldn't even be myself, and I was trapped and I was in my bed and I had to do this, but now that they're out, I can finally be me. Instead of saying, like, I'm so excited for my daughters, but I'm also so excited to start a new chapter where for the first time it's just me and I can see what it's like to be adult Heather and not having to look after anyone except for myself, which is, I think, a different vibe.
That should be the tagline. Say it again.
Just
kidding.
Starting a new chapter. I love my daughters, and I'm so excited.
I'm just kidding. It's like a whole paragraph long.
She would do that.
Proof, timeline. Thank God my daughters are out with my receipts. My proof.
In my timeline. Right. Speaking of paragraphs, we end with Whitney Rose, who's roses are redheads, violets are blue. Don't come for me, or I'll come for you. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
We're talking about tenuous grasps on Real Housewives taglines. This has to be the most tenuous. I mean, and storylines in general. I mean, everyone else, some people are giving Angie shit for saying I am Greek too much. I don't care if she says that she's Greek every 5 minutes. Guess why? Because she's Greek. And guess why else? Because that's what Greek people do. Have you guys met a Greek person? Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
We're almost as bad. I would like to say we're almost as bad as Lebanese people. We're similar. I would like to say that we're similar, but when I first had a group of Greek friends in high school, I mean, our cultures are very similar, right? Greek and Lebanese. Our food is very similar, I should say that, and very family oriented and all that. Like my whole family went to see my big fat Greek wedding, I think a million times because we've all been to that wedding before in our own family. Like we get it, okay? A Lebanese person will get that, and anyone who's known a Greek person knows that they're like that. So I don't mind Angie's, but Whitney's is that she got red hair in solidarity with her daughter because her daughter gets bullying for red hair. First of all, what country are we in? We don't bully people for red hair here. That's England. Like Ginger's a cute name here, isn't it? I don't think that's something. Don't we have enough that we're bullied over in this country? We've got enough. Stop fucking bullying redheads, you idiots. If you do that, you know what? Shame on you if you do that, and double shame on you for giving Whitney Rose this storyline because I already can't stand it.
Well, Whitney knew she was setting a trap for Lisa Barlow to fall into, which she does later this episode when Lisa's like, redhead. So, you know.
She already posted a big victim thing on Instagram about it, which I'll read when we get to that part.
But I do think it's tenuous. I mean, like the initial pun of like roses are red is funny because like she's Whitney Rose. Roses are red. She has her red hair. But then they sort of don't know where to go with it. Like roses are red, roses are redheads, violets are blue. But then the don't come for me or else I'll come for you is like just, it sort of is like a declining thing. It's like that meme of like the donkey or the horse that's being drawn really beautifully, but by the end of the horse, it's just like scribble scrabble. That's what that line is like.
Yeah. Well, you know, she tried it. But it is funny because it's still a Whitney tagline. Roses are redheads. Violets are blue. Rest. Don't come for me, heads, or I'll come for you, beds. Okay.
Just also,
are we done? Can I go home?
She recites it so slowly. I'm like, you're taking up 37% of the opening credits just getting through your line.
Whitney can never leave this show because she makes me laugh fucking consistently. Every single episode, she makes me laugh. You have triggered me. I am so triggered. I mean, I just love it. Okay, so here we are. We open at the Premier Vita Tequila Lounge. And this is my favorite kind of Lisa scene where she just walks around barking orders at people who probably don't even work for her, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? Can we move those chairs? Because there's chairs there. You know what? There's tables there. Can we move the tables? Because I don't like how those tables are. Blake Lively doesn't like vertical tables. Can we have three-legged tables? Can we just get three-legged tables? R.I.P. Robert Redford. I miss you, Sundance.
You know, after Emma's party, I'm like exhausted with like talking about these like ridiculous lawsuits with these girls. Cause like while they're trying to convince themselves that I'm like in like dire straits, the truth is I was never in that band. Okay. So I'm just like moving on. Okay. So by the way, America, at this party that you're never going to see, that's at this random restaurant, we have Steve Carell, Jason Schwartzman, Corey Smith, Ramsey Youssef, also the ghost of Nell Carter, and as well as the Caesar Milan. He's going to whisper to some dogs. It's going to be a huge party.
So is Sundance going on right now while they're shooting this? What's happening? Why are all these people coming to the Premier Vita?
Well, I just can't tell. Maybe it was a Sundance party. Should we look to see if there's a party that had all those people at it?
I did. That's Sundance? What I just Googled.
I don't even know who Corey Smith is, by the way. And I don't like, and the fact that Corey Smith got higher billing than Rami Youssef is shocking because I don't know who he is.
Oh, I think they're there because they starred in a film called Mountainhead together, which I'm assuming shot in Salt Lake City.
Isn't that a gay porn?
Mountainhead. You've seen me do a lot of things, boys, but you have never seen me give a Mountainhead. Here we go.
A TV film. Mountainhead.
Yeah. 4 wealthy friends meet for a retreat amidst growing global upheaval caused by AI-generated disinformation. Oh, really? So you're going to go to a retreat someplace where the backdrop of the lodge was made with AI. Okay. Yeah, it stars Jesse Armstrong. Written by Okay, written by Jesse Armstrong, starring Steve Carell, Jason Schwartzman, Corey Michael Smith, Rami Youssef. Wow.
Or as Lisa calls him, Ramsey Youssef, but maybe that's his full name. Not sure. But I just thought it was funny because I feel like he's known as Rami. Ramses Youssef. But first of all, sounds like a great movie. I have to say. I mean, nothing. You know what I love? A movie about like 4 guys who get together during an AI apocalypse. I'm like, hello, sign me up. And I love that they had a party
guys in a ski lodge talking about the end of the world. I'm in.
Yeah. Wow, great time. Oh, I guess is his name Ramsey Youssef? Okay, never mind. I have to move forward.
Yeah, it's over. Put down the IMDb.
It's over.
Put down the IMDb because next thing you know, you're going to be dragged into Heather Kent IMDb page, as we all do when we go to IMDb. We fall down the Heather Kent wormhole.
By the way, as far as I can tell, his name is Rami, and Ramsey Youssef is someone completely different, and we won't get into it.
Okay, well, maybe it was the other Ramsey. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what's going on at this party. So Lisa's like, the other girls, they just don't understand what I do. Like, they always want to diminish it. They always want to, like, act like it's not happening and it's not real. But I'm, like, doing stuff. I'm doing stuff with Daniel Radcliffe, Usher, Dexter, Forrest Whitaker, Shailene Woodley. I'm a huge, like, it's, like, huge people. Like, huge. It's huge.
When she says she's doing stuff with Usher, does she mean the recording artist, or does she just like telling an usher in the movie theater to get her more popcorn? Because there is a difference.
You never know. Maybe that's the one she's telling to move the table. She's like, you know what? I like horizontal tables. I only like horizontal tables.
I love this like random hodgepodge of people that she's name dropping. Daniel Radcliffe, Forrest Whitaker, Usher. Like, I'm so confused. I want to get to the bottom of it. I'm surprised our like Reddit sleuths have not dug up the veracity of these claims.
Well, we already found the first one. Okay, we already found why they would be there.
Yeah.
So I just put all of those names that she just mentioned into the search, and the first thing that came up is IMDb, the 100 worst movies of 2020. So congratulations, Shailene Woodley.
Definitely find, by the way, hello, workers. Definitely find out if anyone has like a nut allergy, because like my mouth doesn't like the nuts, but I love the way they taste. Like, luckily I don't go into anaphylactic shock. Ha 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 ha. And John's like, so many jokes that can be said right now.
But I'm really Mormon, so I'm not gonna say And she also says anaphylactic or something. I like how she said. I like how she pronounced that. She's like, you know what? Yeah, nut allergies. Because Blake, oh my God, watch out, get an EpiPen. So you know what? No one understands in this group. Like, if you're like huge, you get like sewed. That's just how it is. And you know what? I've been sewed because I'm huge. And so you know what? I'm gonna be showeder tomorrow. So I'm gonna be seweder tomorrow. I'm gonna be so sewed. And that's just what it is. That's what it is because I'm huge. And those girls just don't get it. They just don't. It's just because I'm really big. So sorry, girl. Sorry you're so small.
Yeah, we're like lawyered up. Like, we have more than 6 lawyers. We have like a lawyer for everything. We even got the Lincoln lawyer, both Matthew McConaughey and the guy who plays him on Netflix. Yeah, we got them all, okay? Because I'm fabulous and I'm fine. Am I sounding too braggy? But it's true. I've done amazing things. I've been in the same vicinity as Blake Lively. That's pretty cool if you ask me.
Yeah. We even used to have Janine Perro, but she was drinking all the Vita, so we had to ask her to stop coming. But still, lots of lawyers. Huge. So then we see a flashback where she's talking with Amy, the Utah socialite, that they give another chance to. And I'm telling you, this Amy tried it today. She said one thing today, which I was proud of Amy. But Amy, you're not messy enough. You're going to have to go
Amy
back
looks horrified by this. I don't think Amy realized what she was getting involved with.
She does.
Amy
looks horrified. Yeah. So we see a flashback to her hanging out with Amy. And she's like, yeah, you know what? Like, love this time of year because up at Blue Sky. Like, that's my favorite property in Park City. And like me, you, Mary, Meredith, and Heather, we're gonna go skeet shooting. Yeah, because then we're gonna have a great little lunch after, and then for the party after, like I've invited other people that I don't like very much because they're gonna be jealous that we went shooting at Blue Sky. Yeah, they don't get to because they don't do big things.
Amy's like, so they're going to meet us for
Yeah,
lunch?
you can't talk. You haven't been here long enough, so I'm not going to let you finish the sentence.
Well, that's really big of you to invite them
you
to
can't.
lunch.
You can't talk.
Well, it's
Blake
pretty
Lively,
cool.
though. Blake Lively.
I'm
and
sorry.
that guy she's married to, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpan. I love Deadpan. It's such a good movie. I think Tom Cruise was going to be in it, but he was busy. He was helping us with the apps list at Vita.
I thought we were going to go to the Blue Sky World
Why is she
headquarters.
still talking? Who's this person?
So I won't be opening up a social media account here.
Yeah, it's done.
This isn't the same Blue
Thanks
Sky.
for coming. Why is this conversation so dead? Yeah, you know it's big.
You're doing great.
Wait till you see what I have planned for lunch, though, Amy, the socialite. Because I'm always the target, so it's time to switch it around.
Okay, well, I'm
It's
excited,
over.
I guess.
Turn off the cameras. Someone, don't make me shoot with her again.
So then we go to Bronwyn and Todd, and they're eating at Matteo Restaurant Italiano. And Bronwyn is they walk in, and Bronwyn's like, "So, Todd, do you understand why I brought you here? Is it the early bird special? Because I appreciate that." Well, no, but I thought we'd have our own nice little taste of Italy. No, I don't think so. More like taste of butt farts. That's what this place reminds me of. Okay, Todd. Well, I'm just trying to make things right between us. So we're gonna have pasta, Todd. You like pasta, right? Right, Todd?
She doesn't only say that. She goes, I wore dolce, which means we're having pasta. Oh, great. You're basically wearing 19,000 plates of pasta, Bronwyn. Great.
Do they have fettuccine Al Werther's Original? Todd, they don't make Italian pasta sauce out of Werther's Originals. Well, I bet they do. If you try it, you just have to put some muscle into it.
Todd, I brought you to the place with the mushiest food in history. Okay, Italian. So she updates us on her life. A lot has changed in my house. Yeah, the Newport Bradley household, which is a new thing that we're going with, Newport Bradley, has totally flipped because the biggest takeaway from New York was Todd's willingness to see that people were saying about how he speaks to me, and he acknowledges it, which you'll notice in the scene as he crosses his arms right under his low-hanging nipples and stares at the exit the entire time. So we're really working on things. It's going great. It's great. I wore Dolce. We're eating pasta. I'm with Todd. Everything's
And if I'm
fine.
being honest, Todd's probably made more changes than I have made since the new year. I'm still the same old me. Okay, so what else is going on with Todd? Did you play a crossword puzzle today? What did you do all day? Oh, I just made a couple of calls. I called the department of get off my lawn, but I got a busy signal, unfortunately.
Yeah, what do you think I did? I got dressed in the Speedo, did some push-ups, tossed back some 40s with the bros. What do you think I did? I worked so you could wear some Dolce and eat some mushy pasta.
Oh, you see, look at Todd. He's really come back charming, hasn't he? Oh, God, I love him. I just love Todd. Oh, fun, lighthearted Todd. Dolce and pasta.
When do we get to go to the Connie Francis retrospective? After dinner, Todd. So Bronwyn talks about her dad and how she was visiting him, and he has good days and bad days. And we find out that he has Alzheimer's, which is, obviously very hard. And he's been suffering from it for many years. And then her mom had a brain tumor and she had surgery and she's fine, but now she has to live with them indefinitely.
Yeah, and she's feeling guilt because she was trying to have the parents at her house, but the dad was getting so bad, and they had to put him in care, basically, memory care. And Todd's like, well, he needs professional care, and that's what you set up for him. Now he's gone, so get over it, Bronwyn. Like, he's just so gruff, he's got this like gruff way of going about it, which I'm not sure, but He's basically like, we can't have two people searching for the remote control in this house. She's like, oh, geez, Todd. So she talks about this, which is crazy. Alzheimer's really is just a horrible disease. It's just really, it's really ugly. And so this sucks that she's having to go through this. And she's talking about how her mom had a brain tumor and she's going to be fine and recover. The only thing that really isn't getting better on her is her eyebrows, unfortunately. But I don't think that they could do that in the hospital. So her mom stayed with her. And we have to remember the history with her parents. I mean, they like disowned her and all that stuff when she was pregnant. So like kind of, you know, I'm not rooting against them, especially the dad. I mean, he's got Alzheimer's and stuff, but I don't think anybody sees the mom come on the screen and is rooting for her. I'm actually rooting for Bronwyn to read her mother for filth on TV, because that's kind of what people do on Housewives, where they're like, oh, really, mom? Well, how about some scenes on the Housewives to show the audience what a monster you are, and then we can watch them come for you on Instagram and Facebook for the rest of your life. Enjoy your karma, mother. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, that mom is not going to get read for filth, because you're already bleeding by the time you're ready to read her. She's already stabbed you. Like, yeah. Okay, I'm getting ready. It's like those moments where like like the villain's about to kill you, like about to kill the protagonist, and then all of a sudden they stop, like, and then like someone from behind to stab the villain through their stomach with a sword. It's like that's Bronwyn's mom. Bronwyn's like ready to do the big read. And it's like, nope. Your mom already got you. So
your mom always beats you to the punch.
Your mom, listen, you don't get drag queen eyebrows without being quick with the tongue. So we see earlier,
but they're like eyebrows who belong to someone else. It's weird. Like they're shaped
divine.
like,
they belong to divine.
But
they're part of Divine's organ transplants.
They start in the middle of the eyebrow, like over here, like in the center of the eye, instead of. Okay, what am I trying to say? They start in the center of each eye instead of the center of the face, if that makes sense, right? So instead of starting here, right in the middle of your nose, they start in the middle of each eye and go like this. It's weird. It's an odd choice.
It's like when you make a me on your Nintendo, and you can like play around with the eyebrow location, and you put everything in wonky places. That's all it is.
I'm going to put my eyebrows on my temples.
Yeah, exactly. So we see a flashback, and Bronwyn is talking to Meredith about her dad, and they're really bonding about this, and she's telling Meredith about how just about how tough this all is, and with Gwen and everything, and this was
and
a
Gwen's
bonding.
got the boyfriend living there. So she's running both a youth hostel and an elderly hostel. And she's basically just like, there are so many social security numbers up for grabs. It's crazy. It really is crazy. It's fun. It's like Halloween. My jack-o'-lanterns is full. My jack-o'-lanterns is full of social security numbers. So Meredith's like, well, that is insane. So they bond over the dad stuff. And then we come back to the president. And she's like, yeah, it was nice. You know, Meredith was saying we've known each other a long time, but we don't really know each other that well because she's friends with Lisa. But, you know, we're not close, but this bonded us. It bonded us, Todd.
Well, yeah, she sees you in a different light because of what's going on. You know, it's not the friend group, whatever dynamics they can put on there. You know, now she sees.
And she's like, yeah, you know, I talked to Meredith about that because she's close with Lisa. And, you know, it was just interesting to see that she's gone through what I've been through, you know. And people think in the heat of the moment that it's really hard to come back from, you know, things that Lisa said to me. I can never come back from it. I can just never come back from it, Todd.
Well, I don't know why you bother with her at all. I mean, she doesn't even know the value of going to the five and dime and getting a vault, right?
And Bronwyn's like, well, it bothers me when people don't like me.
Well, I got bad news for you.
What's that?
Have you met me?
Oh, well, Todd.
It's like a lot of people don't like you, Bronwyn. You're the only person in the neighborhood that goes out to get the newspaper and they throw it at your head on purpose. No one likes you. This whole town hates you.
No, they don't.
You know who I don't like? Spiro Agnew. That's who I don't like, and he never complained about that.
She's like, what do you mean a lot of people don't like me?
No one likes you, Bronwyn. Okay? They started putting up speed bumps on our street just so people could slow down enough while they're pointing out the window screaming, "We don't like you," without hitting children on the street. Ron, no one likes.
She's like, geez, Todd, it would be nice if I felt a little bit supported.
What, by who? I don't like you either. I can barely sit here.
Supporting you is like supporting Hubert Humphreys. It's not going to work out well for anyone.
So Todd is like,
All the shit that Lisa Barlow drove, is said about you and is written about you. It's unforgivable. Hilarious, but unforgivable. Completely unforgivable.
When he tells her, when she goes, "Who doesn't like me?" He goes,
Look at your Facebook.
she goes, "Okay, well, I don't use Facebook, but people do leave me mean comments on my Instagram, if that's what you're referring to." I just love that he's whipping out Facebook.
I went down to the social club. No one likes you over there. I was speaking to the Masons. They hate you. There, I said it.
So he's like, yeah. She goes, "You know what? I can't help but overthink it, but I just want to fix it. I want to make it right." He's like,
Why? Why? Why you want to fix it?
she's like, "Because it's easier. It's just easier for everybody else, and that's just me. I don't want to feel uncomfortable. I just want everyone to like me. That's me, Todd. That's me." He's like,
Look,
Get
you
rid of her.
can't fix things. You can't fix if people don't like you, okay? So what if there's a very active GeoCities community that doesn't like you? That's okay. Those things happen, okay? Because all the shit that Lisa Barlow drove and said about you, it's just unforgivable, okay? It's just, but how do I get to a place of she can loudly dislike me and it doesn't make me crazy? Huh, I doubt you do, because you're just so sensitive all the time. There, I said it.
And then we go to Angie and her dad, Louie's house, and she's brought him an orchid and some fruit. Now, here's my problem with Angie. Every time she feeds her dad, she's feeding him like lettuce and fruit. You better bring me a cookie. I've made it to 90 years old, and you're bringing me fucking pineapple. You best get to the everything bunt the cake, or what's that place called? All bunt cake, but bunt cake for life. Whatever the fuck it is.
Call me Kale.
Call me bunt cake.
Call me.
That would be my gay movie.
Kale me maybe.
Call me bunt cake.
Bunt. Bonnie
Call me
Bunt.
by your bunt cake. Yeah.
Bunt Mandelker.
So yeah, don't bring me fruit when I'm old. Don't even bring it to me now. I'm old enough now that I can complain about people bringing me fruit. I'm fruity enough. Bring me a cake or a
I can't
cookie.
stand a fruit gift. I can't stand it. I
just feel like it's
I don't
so
like
rude.
fruit candy. I think edible arrangements should be burned to the ground. Of all the we watch all of these businesses close down. Borders Books, various fast casual eateries that we've always enjoyed. We watch them all go down, and we're so sad. And yet somehow edible arrangements survives. Who is doing this? Who are the people who decided they would rather spend their money on edible arrangements than Borders Books? Because Borders
It's
Books was
actually
fun
kind
to
of
go
a
to.
brilliant. It's kind of a brilliant thing if you think about it, because there are so many people that you have to buy a little gift for that you just have kind of a seething resentment towards, and that's what those are for. I think the edible arrangements. When people send you an edible arrangement, they do not like you. Okay? They don't like you. They're like, I have to send them something. I'm going to send them fucking fruit in the shape of a bouquet. Okay?
Yes, stupid. And also, why is fruit the only edible arrangement there is? If they made a bouquet out of cookies, I would be singing a whole different
Yes,
tune.
exactly. Like,
Why is it only
make
fruit?
me an iguana shaped out of croissants. That's
Make
something.
me a peacock out of a Rice Krispie treat. That's actually very moldable. There's
That's
just
it.
so many ways.
You know what?
only
That's what we're
fruit?
going to start. I've been thinking of a business. Like, we need to start a business, and I think that's what we should do. Edible arrangements that aren't shitty. You know, like
That's the full name.
call me by your edible arrangements that's not shitty. Let's do it. I'm in. I'm putting
seeing
down
what
the
they-
seed money, $5.
I'm looking.
Whoever
I
wants
want-
the first one, just come to us on Instagram. I'll send it to you.
I'm so mad at them. I'm so mad at them. I just I never really articulated it until really just this moment that we really have watched so many of our favorite institutions die over the years, right? How many of them have closed? Red Lobster was on the brink. Luckily, someone saved Red Lobster. But I mean, how many of our favorite stores are no longer with us? They're just gone. They're
They
gone
even
and
took
they're
the
dead.
Old Navy out of the Beverly connection. I mean, how am I supposed to live?
That's crazy. All
That's
these
ridiculous.
like malls are dying and boarded up. Everything is done. Everything is back. Joanne fucking Fabrics is dead. And yet Edible Arrangements still is alive. We have our priorities wrong as a nation. This isn't political. This is something we can all get behind. Let's not put our money into Edible Arrangements. Let's put it into Joanne Fabrics and Red Lobster in places where that money deserves to be.
Well, they needed better advertising. Joanne's just needed to be like, do you have someone that you hate but you have to buy a gift for? Get them polyester at Joanne's or something. Because the resentment is keeping that place alive. Okay, so Angie goes over to her dad's and she's like, my father is my first phone call in the morning and my last phone call at the end of the night. He's 89 and it is a blessing. And
He's like, oh God, she's always calling. Just when I was about to fall asleep, there goes my daughter calling saying, did you fall asleep, Dad? And I say, yes. And she goes, I am Greek. And I said, I know, you're my daughter.
every day he asks me, where has Borders Books gone? It was Greek. It was Greek.
People don't realize the original name of it was Bordakopoulos.
So she just needs her daddy, and she needs her family. So she's calling him all the time. My dad would be like, I don't have any money for you. Could you stop calling me? Like, enough, like I need maybe once a week, but this is getting ridiculous. Do you need something? Do you need to tell me something? Why are you calling me again?
So he found some old photos and of yesteryear. And we see pictures of him when he was like 12 and everything. And Angie's looking and she's like, look at how serious you guys were. Wow. Why was the camera slow? Was the camera slow? Or were you just serious because of your life? I'm like, have you guys seen your photos on the Bravo website? You guys are looking like you're trying to stare down a vehicle.
Have you seen you right now? Have you seen yourself in this scene? She's literally like, look at this photo. Yeah, I know. I understood the question though, because back then they would be like, okay, stand there. It's warming
Don't
up.
smile.
It's warming up. It's coming. And okay, hold on. We have to change the charge. Okay, hold on. Okay, light the string. Okay, the string is fizzling over. It's coming closer to us. Dun, 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 dun,
Light the
dun,
string. It's
dun,
dynamite.
dun,
It's dynamite powered. Kaboom. It is funny, like old timey photos, everyone is very serious in them. I want to know when people start to smile. It's probably some bullshit post-war thing that happened like in Levittown, Long Island. It's like, we've got a house, now we got to smile. But I do wonder
I actually
when
think it's better when they didn't smile. I wish we could normalize that again. I have a picture that we took at the mall or something when I was a little kid with my cousin Matt, and it was one of those where you dress like a cowboy and they take like an old timey picture of you and it's like sepia toned or whatever. And my Mima had it hanging in her house forever. And it was just always my favorite picture of me because we weren't allowed to smile and we just looked pissed off, like these pissed off, dirty little cowboys. And I was like, maybe that was my time, except that you couldn't flush a toilet. And I'm like a huge toilet flusher. So I wouldn't want to live back then. But in general, bring back non-smiling pictures.
Well, guess what? There is an answer to all of this. We really only started smiling in photos in the 1920s and 30s.
During the Great Depression. Isn't that just
Excuse
so
you?
us?
It was during the time. It was during the happiest time in America when we were not allowed to touch alcohol. Famously, a glorious time. Actually, it was a pretty fun time, the 20s. But yeah, the Great Depression. But apparently, it was according to Google, this was because of technological advancements, because of faster cameras, also because of Kodak. Kodak came around and was like. They had the invention of Kodak moments, and they were like trying to tell people to be more joyful. So basically, Kodak made us smile. And why people didn't smile in old photos? Here's 3 reasons: long exposure times. Angie gets a point on that one.
And because their butts were all chapped with poop because they didn't have like toilet paper yet and flushing toilets. That's why. Were you gonna smile?
It was also serious social norms because portraits, whether painted or early photographs, were often seen as serious formal affairs, similar to grand painted portraits that typically did not feature smiles. And finally, and this is a strong one, dental hygiene. Poor dental health was common.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can see that.
And we all know if you try to cover your teeth while you're smiling, you just look like you're.
Yeah, it's like it's like the Seeley from The Color Purple or the John Hamm thing, where John Hamm, like, everyone's like, oh, he's just a serious actor, that's why he never smiles. But then he laughs and he's got like little tiny baby teeth, and I think that's why he doesn't smile.
Yeah.
It's teeth shame. But I think ultimately Angie was correct because it is slow camera times. You see, that was one of the reasons. So nailed it.
She's really on top of it. So
just as she says it.
But
was
then
the
he's
camera
like
slow. Were you just serious because of your life?
And he's like, yeah. He's like, because it was a tough life. You know, there was nothing to smile about. We lived through war and hunger and cold. Why would we suddenly smile now? Right? It's ridiculous. So she's like, remind me of when the soldiers came into your village. How old were you? He's like, oh, well, I thought this was going to be a nice little tea time, but sure, I'll talk about the trauma of my childhood.
He's like, can I enjoy my fucking pineapple? I mean, Jesus. He's like, all right, let's talk about the Germans again. Here's Angie coming over to talk about the fucking Germans again.
I know. And I like how he's like, oh, you mean the Germans? No, we're talking about the aliens from Starship Troopers, Dad. Come on, we're on TV. Time is money. Tell your war story.
He was 7, and they took everything. They burnt everybody's house. I mean, this is fucking terrible. And Angie's like, did you witness that, though, at that age? Well, what do you think he was at the movies? Yes, he witnessed it. They burned down the whole village, Angie.
And he's like, well, but there wasn't much stuff to burn because, we didn't have any furniture or stuff like that. So, it wasn't really that. It's like, it wasn't that bad.
Horrible. Oh, my
We rebuilt
God.
it. But what's crazy to me about this was I was shocked that he is that old, in the sense that, like, I thought this was a guy in his like late 70s, but the fact that he is
That guy looks
old
hot
enough
as
to
fuck. I mean, he's 90
He's a
years
hot
old. That guy's
granddaddy.
hot. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
for real.
I'm
I mean, like,
jello.
the fact that he was 7 and this is like a World War II memory. I mean, that's like I was pretty surprised. We don't see too many parents on Bravo who have that kind of experience, Like, I mean, yes, Todd was around during, World War I, but like aside from him, I mean, like very few have been around since that age. Most of them I feel like most of the parents we see are from like the 60s. So this was really surprising.
Yeah. So I was just surprised, like, she's so hot. So Angie is, it's a touching scene and stuff. And he talks about coming,
It's really a lovely
coming
scene.
to America, and how, so when they got their tickets and they were coming over, someone said, where's your suitcase? And he said, I'm wearing everything I own. And Angie's like, I'm wearing everything I own too. He's like, yeah, you need to stop doing that every time you leave the house. Like, you can, it's just like, what happened to jeans and a nice sweater? You know what I mean?
I am grateful because some of my biggest concerns of the day are, I need to go get microneedling so it heals up in time for my next event. I need to start rolling now so I can get off of this giant mattress in time to get to my next event. I need to put on giant sunglasses so my face will be protected in time for my next event. And meanwhile, my dad is sharing these stories that put things into perspective for me, and it is a wake-up call from Greece.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't want you to minimize all the stuff that you're talking about either, because that stuff is important too. And you can't think that people were going to war and having all of this horrible things happen, and there wasn't a moment in the day where they were like, I've really got to do something about my angry 11s. Because you know what? When that shit hits you, it doesn't matter what's going on in the outside. You're still like, why are my pores so big?
I actually really firmly believe that everyone's entitled to be annoyed by stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't take away from the big shit that people have to deal with. Like, it's not like I would never equivocate them, but I think that you're like, if you can't find your phone charger, like, you're allowed to be like legitimately annoyed and you're allowed to be like, I can't find my phone charger. I'm so annoyed. I think you're allowed to express your emotional state to your friends. What you can't do is if your friend says, oh my God, the Nazis just burned down my village and I'm so upset. And then you can be like, I get it because I can't find my phone charger. Like, that you don't do. But you're
Yeah.
still like, you shouldn't feel guilty about the fact that you're annoyed about something in your life.
Yeah, annoying petty things are always going to bother you, no matter what's going on outside. Like they announced that the government's they're gonna send the government to California to keep law and order, whatever the fuck they're doing now. Today's fucking crazy news. And I read it and I was like, I really don't like the new icons on this iPhone. And I was like, what am I more mad about? Like, I really need to get my priorities in shape. But I was like, but I really don't like the icons either.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Does that make me a bad person? I don't know.
You're
But
allowed to
bring me a
be
butt
annoyed
cake
at
and not
all of the
pineapple.
above.
And yeah, I can be annoyed at what I want to. So they talk about this and they talk about how proud they are to be Greek. And she gets so excited when she sees Crete. And he's like, oh yeah, Crete. That's a good one. She's like, yeah, I felt like it was my home too. I love Crete. I love Crete. And he's like,
He
yeah,
starts to
well,
cry.
you know, of course you love it because that's your roots. And she's like, Dad, please don't mention roots. It's like, okay, sorry.
I am a hair professional. So she's like, I just feel so connected to the culture, to the people, to the history. And I want to pass that same love for being Greek down to Electra. And I want her to have the same passion and feelings that I do because it's influenced me in my life. And I want to influence her in her life, which is why every morning before she goes to school, I give her a plate to throw on the floor.
Cut to Electra. Fuck being Greek. I'm sick of it. It's like, damn, Electra, jeez. So they hug. It was a nice little scene. So then we go.
It was
over
actually
to
such a time.
Bronwyn's.
I actually got choked up during it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was so sweet and lovely, and I felt like I feel like Angie is actually very emotionally honest about her family and their struggles in a way that I find very affecting. So I liked it. So then we go to Bronwyn's house. And now we go from Angie and her dad to Bronwyn and her mom, Marge, aka Muzzy. By the way, you don't have to even tell me her name is Marge. The eyebrows say it. If I see those eyebrows, I say, this is a lady named Marge who somehow, like in this weird everything everywhere all at once timeline, managed to not be a diner waitress. Somehow she's doing this instead.
You know what's super weird? I call my mom Muzzy.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't realize
Because
that
that's
her
Marge's
mom.
nickname.
Well, I call
Muzzy.
her Muzza. You know, like hello Muzza, and
makes
then
sense.
it turns into Muzzy. Like hey Muzzy.
Muzzy.
That's weird. So Bronwyn offers to get her drinks and stuff, and Bronwyn's, you know, really trying. She's like, Mom. She's like, her mom's just seething on the couch, like, Mom, would you like a beverage? And she's like, from the fridge.
Her mom has. Yeah, mom's
would
just
you
sitting
like
there.
one? Because I can get you one, Mom. Diet Coke. Drink. And she's like running off trying to make her mom happy. I was like, oh no, this is not going to go well. She's like doing the Kermit the Frog run in the background, like going from the kitchen to the hallway, like, Mom.
The
want a
mom is so
drink? Okay.
dissatisfied. And what's funny is that the mom, you would think the mom would be like, hey, Toots. Looking at her face, you think she'd say, hey, Toots, what's going on? But she actually has like a scary high-pitched voice. She's like, well, Bronwyn. She's like, so what's going on, Mom? You must be exhausted. Yes, because I got up too early today. I was like, I was not expecting that voice whatsoever.
And Bronwyn's like, do you feel like you got everything done at the house that you wanted to do while you were there at the house packing up? She's like, no, I still have stuff there. She's just giving her this look. Oh my God. I was scared. And I can deal with
Yeah.
a tough mother, you know?
Well, the
But
mom clearly
it's-
disapproved of all the furniture. The mom was like,
Now she has all this money, and this is how she spends it on this terrible velvet furniture. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I wish if I had that money, I would spend it on more eyebrow treatments. But that's okay. Everyone spends their money the way what they want to. She's never been the child with great judgment, has she?
I mean, if you're going to spend your money, you should be spending it on the science of shrinking your eyebrows down to the size they were when you were 5. But, you know, she's just going to do what she's going to do because that's Bronwyn. So Bronwyn tells us that the moms have been going back and forth to Northern Cali to go through the process of getting rid of all their stuff, selling through stuff from her childhood home. And so
and then this
Muzzy's
was so sad.
Muzzy's like, well, there were some things there, Bronwyn, that I've not opened in 25 years. You know, things like from Daddy's office. That was emotional. Oh, so you're going through Daddy's stuff? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you find anything in there about me? Please don't say it on camera.
Yeah.
Please don't do this to me, Mother. She's giving her this look. I'm like, why are you shooting with your mother? And then I remembered, it's the great revenge of the Real Housewives. Commence.
Yeah. This part of the scene I thought was actually like very affecting because the mom is basically saying like, I'm throwing out stuff, but I feel really conflicted because like I'm throwing away his stuff and he's not there to say like, hey, don't throw that out or this means something. So she's like, and I was like, oh, this is so sad. I thought like, I thought with those eyebrows, I was gonna like this woman was gonna come out and be so mean to Bronwyn, but instead she's telling a really sad story, and I was like, oh, little did I realize that she was just, she was getting us already. She's saving it up.
She was just getting warmed up there. So Bronwyn tells us about Alzheimer's and how terrible it is to go through that, and it's hard on her, but it's got to be really hard on her mom because that's her best friend and, her partner and stuff. So she's like, Daddy doesn't remember adult me. And she's like, no, he thinks you're Gwen right now. So he's really worried that you're not going to finish college. You're going to get knocked up. You need to go to school, etc. It's nice to see him disappointed all over again. That really filled his belly with fun times. That was great, Bronwyn. Bronwyn's just like, well, it's like he's reliving it with me, right, Mom? Like he was just so worried about me and all these things years ago. And, Gwen's at that age, and he does, I don't know. It's like he superimposed me on top of, I don't know what's going on. She goes, yeah, he thinks it's yesterday. Because after she went to get something from the room, he said, why isn't she in school? Tell her she's not in school. She can get the hell out of my goddamn house.
Oh, well, I just, yeah, that's great. And I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like Dad just wanted better out of me. You know what I mean? Well, you feel like you're not good enough, like you're not worthy, because if you feel that way, then we failed because we didn't make it clear enough that it's not just a feeling that you should know you're not good enough and you're not worthy. That's it.
So she's like, well, Mom, I did take a longer route to maybe get to where I was going. And you said that. You said it's been a really long time. And Bronwyn, you really had to figure out what you wanted to do. And you had to really, like you said, circle the drain a few times. You know how you always talked about me circling the drain and just failing for a really long time, Mother. Remember that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you know what? Guess what? You couldn't have gotten there without Todd either, because you couldn't get there without a dime. What I'm saying is you don't really have a lot of skills or talent, or you don't have any of the things that I guess most people would have or need in order to get ahead in life, unless you attach yourself to some old guy.
Really,
So,
Muzzy?
anyway.
I would watch my fucking mouth right now because you're living off her and Todd's money. Like, it's fine for you to take all this money and live in her house and do all this shit. You don't get to come in here and be an asshole to her and shame her on the TV. And don't make me get defensive for Bronwyn. But I did not like this, Muzzy, okay?
Yeah.
And she's, well, you needed Todd. She's like, yeah, well, Mom, I don't love you saying that I needed Todd to get me there. Well, I mean, he needed Todd to support you, right? I mean, those that queer man's dresses don't pay for themselves, right? It's like, okay, Mom. That's
Goodbye.
nice thing to say.
Have fun at the home, Muzzy, because you'd be out of there in 2 fucking seconds. How dare you? Watch your fucking mouth, lady. So Bronwyn's like, well, sadly, this is not the first night comment that my mom has made. And I think that, I just really need approval from her. I just want approval. Everyone wants approval from their parents. Yeah, I would want an apology letter. Get her the fuck out of here. What a toxic fucking person. And I know she's going through a lot of stuff, but you can listen. Bronwyn had all that stuff go down when she got pregnant when she was 19. She had no support from these people, and now you're still shaming her for it years later. It's like the woman's living in a mansion. She can't do anything right for you, and I think she should stop trying. Get rid of Muzzy. Down with Muzzy. That's what I say.
So she's like,
Well, I hope you're going to be okay doing this, because, you're going to be doing it with Todd soon enough.
Bronwyn's like, oh my God, Mom.
She was like, it's like, Muzzy, that's dark. I mean, okay, like I take a lot of Todd's old comments from other people, but the call doesn't need to be coming from inside my house. Oh, is the Palm Pilot working again? Todd, it's an expression. No phone calls were coming from inside the house.
Yeah, that was pretty low.
It was so savage.
Todd's next.
It's like, oh my
Muzzy-
God, do you have a lot of money? Might I suggest a wood chipper? For fuck's sake.
Muzzy was like so sweet and emotional, and then just comes right on in and is like, da-dum, 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 da-dum.
When she was never sweet, she's going through something, so she's sad, and she has a right to be sad, but she's also an asshole, and I think that it's important to like kind of know that line with people. Like, you going through something doesn't give you the right to be an absolute fucking monster. Fuck you, lady. Horrible. 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 This is horrible, as Heather Gay would say. What's horrible?
Horrifying. So now we go to Angie arriving at Heather's house. Speaking of Heather Gay, and she goes upstairs to this room. There's this big room with all these nice windows, and it's snowing outside. It's actually quite cozy. And Heather's like, "Hi, I'm turning this room into, well, it was a storage room for all the girl stuff that was, it was both a physical burden, but also a metaphorical burden because it reminded me that I would be trapped in my bedroom. The only place where I could find a sanctuary was underneath the duvet. So I moved all of it out, just like my daughters. And I'm just going to make it my own creative office because I haven't been able to experience creativity since that first baby's head popped out of my vagina so many years ago. But now it's flowing through my veins once again. And like it's now my study annex. It's going to have a desk. It's going to have a bookcase. And this is where I'm going to write. This is where I'm going to do all the fun things I never got to do because I have daughters."
I am Greek. I am Greek. I am Greek. Oh, wow. It's a special doorbell chime for Angie. Angie, come in. I'm finally getting rid of my daughters. I'm going to call this the Bitches Are Gone room. Come in. Check it out.
For the past 8 years, I feel like I've operated from my bed and from bread too. And a lot of people would call that clinical depression, but I call that effectiveness, as in my daughters are so effective in making me want to just crawl up into my bed and stay there for the rest of my life.
So she's got pink colors. They're all different versions of really bright white. There's like one that's tinted pink and one that's tinted mint, but they're kind of fluorescent once they start putting them on the wall.
Right.
But
I didn't like any of them.
Yeah, I didn't like it. They're too icy for living. You're already living in an icy place, You need some warmth in there, right?
Well, I just kind of feel like if you're gonna go that light, just keep it white. But I like the sort of like that light yellow, sort of like kind of Easter colors. She's like, I'm trying to get away from the trauma of Mormonism, which is why I'm going to paint this room in the colors of Easter. It's like, no, just keep it white or go for like a dark contrast. But all the three colors that she put up there, pink, butter, and like whatever
Mint
the periwinkle
green or
was,
something
mint
like
green.
that. Yeah,
I didn't like any of them.
Like kind of fluorescent-y. So she's like, it's supposed to be an ice blue, ice pink, and then a butter yellow. And Angie is like, well, my house is stark white. Well, mine is too. It's white everywhere in here. I just look like floating eyes walking through my house. And she's like, okay, well, Electra doesn't like how modern and clean our house is. She wants to live somewhere warmer. She loves patterns and non-Greek people. Is she rebelling because of what she grew up in? Or is she really, this is who she's really going to be? Did I raise a daughter who likes patterns?
I know, I love that was the worst thing. She likes patterns. She gets excited every time we drive by a Chevron station.
So the other day she told her that she's working on getting her Greek citizenship. And Heather's like, oh my God, you are? I love that. And so they hug and stuff. And she's like, well, I had to tell you, but when I shared it with Electra, I thought she would say, ooh, cool. But her reaction was not what I expected. Doodly-doot, doodly-doot, doodly-doot. So we go to a memory of her telling Electra that she's getting her citizenship. And Electra's like, I don't care. You're really taking this great thing far, Mom. Fuck.
She's like, well, Mom, that's your whole identity, but it's not mine. And I don't know why you're make being Greek your whole identity. Did I not give her enough baklava? Did I not give her enough spanakopita as a child? Have I failed? Have I failed, Zeus? Being a parent.
She said the most offensive thing that she could ever say to me. She said, Mom, not every day is Lainey Kazan Day. How dare you?
I'll tell you, Electra is never going to be on House Hunters because they don't like people that say, I grew up in a modern house and therefore I don't want that. Like everyone in House Hunters is just like reliving their childhood. Like, well, I really want to have an open concept house with stark white because that's what I grew up with and I just really love it.
Yeah. Especially the men, though, on that show. The men are like really attached to their childhood homes. They're like, this is the first time. My father really disapproved of me. And the first memory I had of him being disappointed in me, the room had wood paneling. So I'd love a room with wood paneling. It's like, bro.
We had a leaky radiator growing up that almost gave us carbon monoxide poisoning 5 times. So if we could have that in the house, I would love that. It's just so
That'd be
cozy.
great.
I love that thrill. That's what they all are because they don't have any design sense and they don't know anything about interior design or like what makes a house good. So all they can rely on is like their fond childhood memories. And then all these people have to like cater to it. And it's so stupid. But anyway, Angie is basically saying how like being a parent to a teen is like walking a tightrope, and like she doesn't want to be me by her side every minute. She doesn't need me by her side. She's becoming independent. And I'm like, hello, I am a recent gay icon in pop culture. How do you not want me by your side? I'm hilarious. Gays love me. What is wrong with you?
I just want her to want to be my best friend and go everywhere with me. Cut to Heather. Thank God my daughters aren't by my side anymore, wanting to be me, wanting to be my best friend. Fuck those bitches. So
Yeah.
Heather's like, wow, it really hurts. You have to put your ego on the back burner with girls, you know? That's what I tell them. Put your ego on the back burner and put your backpack on your back with all of your belongings into it and get out of my house.
You know me, Heather Gay, known for putting her ego on the back burner. Anyway, here is a copy of my latest book. Please take this with you as you go and give it to a stranger and tell them to give a good review on Yelp.
So we've talked about Ice Pink. Let's talk about the party the other day. Okay, at Amy, the socialite's house. It was just so loud, and I was just so afraid of getting caught in the fray of all of it. So I just hid. I just hid away.
More like you lit the match and then covered
Exactly
while the explosion went off. You didn't
You
hide.
threw the rock.
You're not
You threw the rock and you ran and hide. You ran and hid your hands.
the Molotov cocktail. You are not a shrinking violet.
Roses are red, violets are shrinking. Wait.
So then we see a flashback of literally Heather running away from the conflict that she was part of brewing up. And then Whitney be like,
Wait, Heather, I can't do this without you. Roses are red. What are violets? What color are they? Violets are green. See, I need Heather.
Yeah, you did disappear. And I'm like, where are you? I needed you. But Brittany ran over to Lisa and sells me out to bring up my comment. And Heather's like, well, clearly we have a friend who's either in financial distress or living a lie, or she's under attack because of these lawsuits. So what is it?
part of me has compassion for her, and then part of me is like, she's never gonna change. She aggrandizes everything.
Wait, I'm sorry, you're Angie K. Did you just say, did you say that word?
I did. I learned it today in Greek vocabulary class. She brags about everything. She misses a girls' trip to be with Ben Affleck. She's claiming she's going to Ben Affleck's premiere party, and yet she's posting photos like those AI photos of herself in a hotel room. And we see a photo of Lisa living, like looking all chic with like an AI hotel room in the background.
And she's like, yeah, she said at lunch with me that she had a very different life than me, you know, and she's just total rich and fancy life outside of our circle. But we're all women. We're all women who deserve a chance to be fancy, a chance to be aggrandizing. Hey, wait a minute. I said that word.
No, I learned that word from Rihanna. That's my celebrity friend.
Oh, okay. You know, it hurt my feelings. It says our lives are not that different. I said our lives are not that different, and we're both sitting in the same restaurant. We're both wearing the same thigh-high boots. I mean, hello. If you were so famous, why would you be wearing the same thigh-high boots as I am, right? Like, I thought we had a lot more in common. We both love boots that come up to the same part of our leg.
Everyone's been, I've read in a lot of comments that people are like, oh God, look at Heather, you know, always kissing someone's ass. Now she's kissing ass trying to be friends with Lisa. I don't really see that. I see her as like manipulating and just being like, okay, well, let's turn everybody against Lisa because she's lighting this fire to make Lisa fight with everybody. I mean, the ladies were talking about it, but the way that Heather repeated it to Lisa was to start a huge war, which she did, and then just sat back and kind of laughed. So I don't know if she's trying to like kiss Lisa's ass or if she's really just trying to be like, okay, fine, I'll be friends with Lisa, and now you guys can all see what a monster she is. And so she's just, you know, pushing. Not that Lisa needs much help, honestly, but yeah, I'm confused about Heather's motives here. It's going to be interesting to see how she acts the rest of the season.
Well, I really value my friendship with Lisa, and I've worked hard to stay in a good place with Lisa. And part of that is me accepting her how she is. And I'm not trying to change or improve her behavior, but she's almost impossible to defend at this point. I mean, we're wearing the same thigh-high boots. I mean, I'm supposed to defend her, and this is how she acts, bragging about hanging out with Ben Affleck and, Celia Ward. It's hard. It's hard for me.
Well, she throws her grenades and then she diminishes what you've done to confuse you and to distract you. And I just want the truth. I told her the other night, let me in. Let us be friends. Tell us about your lawsuit. I love how Angie reframes it. It's like, I was just trying to be your friend. Tell me about your lawsuits. I really want to know.
Well, I think Lisa thought you guys had a real friendship, and so that's why she feels like this is a real betrayal. Sort of like the betrayal I felt when I thought having daughters would be enriching, and instead it robbed me of all the joy in my life.
I feel betrayed too, though, by all of the nothing she has done to me this season. I'm very, very betrayed. So then we go to the Blue Sky Lodge, and it's skeet shooting time. And we get like a nice slow motion shot of Lisa from behind, aiming her gun, being all sexy, and shooting a skeet.
Yeah, and they're shooting, and she's like, blue sky's like a refuge for me. So to go skeet shooting is something I do with my family. And I don't really want everybody here. It's like a very private, emotional, cozy, important skeet shooting scene. And it's only a few people can be here. Some people are so willing to stab me in the backs. So I'm sure they wouldn't have a problem shooting me either. So I only invited Emma, Meredith, Mara, and Heather. This is the right group to let off some steam before I go blow things up at lunch. So Mary, since when is Mary and Lisa close? So then everyone's shooting their clay birds, their clays, but Heather doesn't get it, which is sad.
Yeah, Heather's the only one that doesn't get it, which was kind of
Have you
shocking.
ever gone
Everybody else got it. Yeah.
Have you ever
was
done skeet
impressed
shooting?
No. That looks so
It seems
hard.
so hard.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
like a little tiny moving dot in the sky. I don't think I'd
How do you
be good
do
at that.
it? Yeah, I remember playing it in Duck Hunt, and I was like, I can't do this.
I was terrible at Duck Hunt. I'm still terrible at Duck Hunt. I think they have it at
fucking
Dave
dog.
and Buster's or one of those. I've played it recently, and I still suck.
I mean, I would hold my gun right up to the screen. You're supposed to stand back, but I hold my gun right up to the screen. I'd be like, and I still somehow wouldn't get the ducks.
Yeah,
That dog would come up, and it would laugh at you. Stupid dog.
So now it's time to go to the Lodge at Blue Sky for lunch. So Angie, Bronwyn, Brittany, and Whitney, Bronwyn, and Angie, they arrive. And Angie is like, I'm surprised she is even hosting a lunch and invited us. What more could she possibly have to say? There's got to be a reason that we are here. And surely there is. And it has to do with Kinko's poster board printing. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. They all go into a room and it has giant posters of various court documents, and they all say dismissed across them. And Bronwyn's like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and I've seen my own confessionals. This is dumb.
She's cracking up. She's like, this is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's also very Karen Huger coded, her tax meeting or her tax press conference or whatever she has with the girls. So she's like, you know what? Hi, everybody. Welcome to lunch. I just want to point this out. Allegations are not facts. And for those that need to know that, deny. Okay? And they're just cringing. Everybody's like, oh my God. Ron was like, those posters are just so childish for so many reasons. And the main one, it's like the kind of posters I made at FedEx Studio, okay, when I was in middle school. This is laughable to me. Hold on, I'll laugh. Laughable.
Barry's like, well, I'm confused. I'm going to stay confused, and I will leave confused, which is funny, but also applies to so many scenes that Mary is in. It's not the first time she's had to say that sentence.
It's just Mary's role, So she walks in, and Mary's the only one who walks right up to the posters and tries to read them, which I really liked. And so she's trying to read them, and she goes, "Wait, where's the clarity? Where's the clarity? Why is it blurred? It's hurting my eyes. It's too blurred." And she's right. Lisa has stuff up there, but some of it's like blurred out and none
like
of it
low
really
res.
says anything, you know? So she's saying she wants to have this transparent lunch, but she's not transparent about anything or talks about what any of the cases were about and why they were bullshit. And she's just like,
You can't have a
"I've
transparent
committed
lunch.
things, so I win," you know?
You can't have a transparent lunch and put up blurry images. Just say that right now. So Heather's like, wow, it's like a science fair, but no one actually did their project. I love that she has easels. P.S. I hate science fairs. I'm like, okay, Heather, this is not your greatest work. We're reaching the bottom of the barrel of your interview commentary here. So Whitney's like, I love the Photoshop work. It's fabulous. And Bronwyn's like, yeah, the Photoshop is fantastic. This proves nothing, by the way. She took some Kurt document and then she put a red stamp on it. Hey, it's important to make things red because Unity is my daughter. And there's a picture of John and Lisa, and it's like a houseboat or a yacht. I'm like confused.
So good. So she not only puts up poster boards, she puts pictures up to remind them that she's rich. She just has some random picture blown up of them standing on the edge of a boat. And Mary's like, why am I looking at them on a yacht? And Angie says, it's very far away, so you can't see that was like 30 years ago was the last time she was on a yacht.
And then there's a picture of them at a jazz game. And Brittany's like, oh my God, that's a really cute picture of you guys. She's, yeah, I know. That's me and John front row at the jazz game. And then Bronwyn just looks at it and it's like, yeah, these are not actually courtside seats because these are not the folding chairs by the court, but nice try. I was like, oh, I love that she just clocked that right away. Like, this is not courtside.
But Lisa's just so out of touch. I mean, to post jazz, you sitting in good jazz seats when the whole plot 2 years ago was just for jazz, you taking jizz for getting jazz tickets. And now the allegation is that you've been fucking some guy for his Amex card, and it was the same guy who was getting you the jizz for jazz tickets, and now you're posting pictures bragging about the jazz tickets. It's like, come on, man. You need to fight for your own cause here. It's like you're providing evidence.
Yeah, seriously. So Lisa's like, hey, Meredith, as a lawyer, I thought you would appreciate us. And then she's like showing up. There's a poster that just has like all these allegations that like she says are like deny. We later find out. Well, actually, I'm sorry. The allegations all say deny. The allegations are denied, but she has written dismissed, which is different. And Meredith says, well, in my expert legal opinion, I don't think these posters are what you would normally use as exhibits in a courtroom. However, they get the point across, and I think they'd be great artwork for the back of my DJ set. So Lisa's like, well, this is litigation by Lisa Barlow. People can sue you for anything. You could look at them the wrong way. They can sue you. Your coffee might be too hot when you go through a drive-thru. They could sue you. Sometimes they think that because you have too many Chanel bags, that they should have those Chanel bags too, so they can sue you for those too. And you can allege everything. So yeah, I figured I'm going to have a little lunch, and we're going to talk about the allegations versus the facts. I'm like, okay.
Okay,
she's like very afraid of like a communist agenda. She's like, they want my bags because I've got bags. I will not give bags to the poor. No, I earned those. I'm like, okay, let's relax a little bit.
But also, please do talk about allegations versus facts. I mean, if that's what you're going to do, but you know, this wasn't spilling coffee in a McDonald's, Lisa. Like, so if you're going to talk about the cases, do it. Writing deny. It's like, you're accused of this. I deny it. Boom. Innocent. They wrote down denied. So innocent. So Heather's like, wow, I love the decor. What's the theme of this luncheon? Have I done the science fair thing yet?
Okay, today is all about me and about the things that people like to discuss about me. And like on Comp Day, awful things were said about me. So I decided I would dedicate a lunch where you guys can like get complete clarity on accusations and misinformations and lies. And by clarity, I mean you can start to say things and they'll be like, no.
But we've already read it. That's how we know about it.
Yeah, we read it, Lisa. We read it. But obviously not very good because you didn't spend the extra $25 to get dismissals. So, you know what? If you spent $25, they would have said dismissal. So, you know
but
what?
Does
You're
it clarify?
cheap. You're cheap.
What does it
What are you
clarify,
going to sue
though?
me because you didn't have $25?
Lisa,
Is that why you're
Lisa,
suing
what
me?
does it clarify?
Yeah, it clarifies
Lisa.
dismissed. It all says dismissed. That's what it says. It's very clarified.
Oh, dismissed? Because you
because you pay them back or dismiss because they were fake.
Yeah, you know what? It's dismissed because it's none of your fucking business. That's why it was dismissed.
Lisa, you can't have a party and be like, I'm here to clarify things. And someone says, okay, so here's a question. Well, it's none of your business. It's not how that works.
She's doing so badly. It's just
She always
it's so bad. So
she can't help
Andy's
herself.
like, okay, well, I will ask you some questions that could actually help you and shut it down. But, look, things that look strange. People are reading that you had another man's credit card in your wallet.
You know what? I'm happy to run around and explain things. For example, dismissed. Dismissed.
Okay,
It
number
says
2.
dismissed.
Number 2, this
Yeah.
man aggrandized you and paid
Okay.
your car off. And like
Yeah.
number 3, that
Like
this man
Lively.
paid for your remodel of your home.
Yeah, but you know what? Denied. That's why the court case says denied.
And you owe him $118,000.
Yeah, but that's not true. None of that's true. It's all denied. You can read it. You know what? Pay $25 and you can read it in the court case.
No,
And so
Lisa can
Bronwyn's-
Photoshop
Yeah, go ahead.
Lisa can Photoshop dismissed on any document she wants, but for the one case that's still open, Lisa and her lawyer are only denying these claims, and that case is actually not dismissed.
Yeah, but you know what? I can say for without a doubt, this is a fanciful tale. Read my response. Like there's something on the menu that's called the fanciful tale because it's like fanciful. It's like a tale and it's fanciful, and that's it. That's all you need to know. Das Master.
It's such a stretch. I love that she's like, yeah, this is a fanciful tale. And I'm saying that phrase because there's a cocktail called the fanciful tale. So it's a tie-in to the menu. See? I'm a good party planner.
So you don't have a credit card that he got in your name. And Amy's like, oh, hi, Amy, the socialite over here. Hi, Angie. They were in business together and they were business partners. So Whitney's like,
Lisa, what was that part dismissed, Lisa?
It's in the process. It's in the process, which you would know if you had like an extra $6 to pay for the processed parts.
Yeah, but
It's
you wrote
still in
dismissed on it.
process. Yeah,
You
get
wrote
more money.
dismissed.
No, but get more money so that you could know that it's like it's being processed.
But you wrote dismissed on it. So is it in
Right.
process or is it being dismissed?
Yeah, but you could only see the word dismissed because I paid the extra $9 to see the dismissed word. So, basically I'm rich and you're poor.
So your response
sorry.
is you're just denying them. That's your response, that you're denying them. Once again, these words are not interchangeable. The claims are like being denied. This one case is not dismissed. It's just denied.
Yeah, but I hope you enjoy the cocktail on the menu called Fanciful Tale because that's how my lawyer described these allegations. He said, you know what? It's a fanciful tale. So we made a drink out of it. Do you guys like it? I'm innocent.
I'm going to just say this right now. I don't think any lawyer said this is a fanciful tale.
I do. I think it was like, oh, really? Well, this is all a nice fanciful tale, but we are going to move to have this dismissed. And she's like,
Yeah, it was a fanciful tale. Ask my lawyer.
I
Ask him.
feel like the fanciful tale was like the name of the cocktail that was already on the menu. And she's like, oh yeah, put that on our menu. Yeah, because it's like I'll just say my lawyer said that. It's so good. It's so good. Denied. So Angie's like, I don't even understand.
Yeah, I think that she put that, she named the drink for that because she made the menu. It's her lunch. So wasn't it all stuff that was based on this court case? It's like,
Okay, everybody, enjoy the dismissed salad. You know what? Okay, I hope you guys enjoy the pay the extra $11 pot stickers.
Enjoy this cocoa that's brought to you by Swiss Dismiss. So Angie is like, I don't even understand what she's talking about. And I keep hearing fanciful tale like she's like a princess in a story that has a happy ending, but it's not a goddamn fairy tale. You're not wearing a princess dress. You're not twirling around biddity boopity boop. And then all the cases disappear because that's what she's trying to make it sound like.
yeah, Lisa's not doing great here. So Bronwyn's like, okay, well, I don't believe you. It's not just me. You've done it to other people at the table too. Okay, you've done digging. You're a digger. You've dug behind my back. You've done it to a lot of people. And she's like, I didn't dig behind your back. I didn't dig behind your back.
You know what, Bronwyn? You're so full of shit. You know what? You don't know anything about digging, but we do know that you like to dig. Yeah, nailed that. You dig.
I
You're
do
a
know when
digger.
everybody tells me you've done it to them.
Yeah.
No,
I do know that.
because you're digging. That's why you're digging. You know what? You're obsessed with talking about me because you got busted lying on jewelry you didn't buy and you can't buy. You know what? I'm none of your business and you're none of mine. Don't talk to me ever again, digger. Don't ever do it.
I love whenever she says, "Don't talk to me ever again." She does that all the time. Like, never speak to me for the rest of eternity. Like when you're like still at a table with her. Bronwyn's like, well, then why do you keep talking about me? It's endless. The amount of things you say about me. You came into Amy's house. I had to apologize to Amy for this fight that we had in her house. And again, Amy, once again, so sorry about that. Don't speak. You don't have to respond to that. You were calling me a whore. You did do that, Lisa. Mm-hmm.
I never called you a whore, okay? It's piggish to brag about doing blowjobs. That's
You
it.
said I suck dick for money. Okay,
Well,
you said that.
What? Is this how you're trying to get away from the fact that your husband's a misogynistic asshole? Is that how
Well, the
you're trying to get away
misogynist at the
from it?
table is you saying I
yeah?
suck dick for money because that's misogynist. This gets a big head nod from me because that is female on female bullshit and you know it. Big head
Yeah,
nod.
honey, you know what? The only reason you brought it up is because you got busted lying. You got busted lying.
And I have explained to all of them this. You chose not to come camping and you chose not to listen to my story about how I was just trying to fit in with the cool girls. And I'm actually almost a victim at this point for my own lying. Yeah.
But you know why? Because Ben Affleck and Blake Lively at Anna Kendrick's movie premieres. You know what? So sorry. Like, Anna Kendrick is more important. Okay?
Wow, she really used the Anna Kendrick card there to get out of that one.
She
You would have thought. I didn't know if that was a card that was available.
And Mary
like
just
fun.
starts laughing. She's like, wow, yes, Anna Kendrick, yes.
Guys, none of that stuff matters. Sort of like my wants and wishes while I had daughters in the house. What matters is that we were all on a trip, and Bronwyn dropped a lot of facts about Lisa that you were wanting to have a luncheon to what? Clarify? Let's talk about it, okay?
But you know what? Let me clarify this. Dismissed.
She really does that.
Well, I hope it's not true, and I hope you do clear it up because I don't want to be, you know what? I don't want this to be the case, Lisa. I don't want this to be the case. I don't.
Well, I want to make this very clear. All of this is true, and these things happened. I did get sued 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll probably get sued in the future. Okay, probably by Anna Kendrick. Let's be honest. But is there merit to it? No. Can anyone sue for anything? Yes. Do I have money? Yes. Do I love my business? Yes. Am I proud of what I accomplished? Yes. Do I factor my receivables? 100%. Do I love a rhetorical question? Yes.
Where did that come from? All of it was making sense until, do I factor my receivables? 100%.
What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. It's business talk.
Know.
So Whitney's Whitney gets
know.
upset about this.
Yeah, I don't know if her receivables are the money she's getting from her business partner and she's factoring that. I mean, I have no idea. So Whitney's like, Lisa is completely unhinged. Now that we're talking about factoring, I can't even say she's a train that went off the rails. Like, she's derailed. Yeah. She's not off the rails. She's derailed.
If you know what I mean, we do. Factoring receivables is a financial process where a business sells its unpaid customer invoices to a factoring company. I guess it's like you sell your debt, I guess. For those wondering.
Okay. So Angie's like, I thought I was invited to a ladies' luncheon. Are we going to order? I like that the girl comes over and she's like, can we order? It's like this little teenager. And they just keep screaming at each other and fighting over it. Heather's like, I'll have thank God my fucking daughters are out of my house, stupid little bitches soup. Thank you. Great.
So Lisa's like, well, what were you hoping to gain from talking bad about me? And Angel's like, okay, let's clear it up. Will you listen? Well, why would you do it behind my back? It's like, Lisa, you elected not to go on the first big trip of the season, and then you're shocked that your show that's built on gossip had you in the crosshairs. Like, that's what you get, sorry. You're just, if you want to control the narrative, you got to be there. So Mary's saying, look, it wasn't like that.
This is why she's so perfect for this show, because all she needs to do is say, you guys, everybody gets sued. You guys know that. This stuff is a bunch of bullshit. This guy's... You know what? You ask me whatever questions. Okay, Lisa, did you have a credit card? Yes, I worked with the guy. It's normal for us to both have credit cards for the business. He was the funder of the business, so that's why the credit card was under his name. Why didn't you pay it?
Yeah.
Because we got in a business dispute, and he's trying to. I mean, she could just calmly answer this shit, and it would go away. But instead, she's like, that's mess. That's a poster.
She's also like totally unhinged as she says this stuff. Like, lady, you're the one who set up the ambush
not
with these.
unhinged. She's dehinged. She's off the hinge.
The hinge. No, but it's just funny because Lisa, it's like you're not ambushed in this situation. You have all your talking points. The fact that she can't like recite her talking points calmly, the fact that she like flies off the handle immediately when she has she created this event. How are you not in control of your own narrative at your own party? That was to surprise them. Like she's just like screaming, like you don't know, go away. I don't want to talk to you ever again. It's like, Lisa, like you should have complete control in this scene. But she's like, I'm gonna ask a very simple question, and it might even be a two-parter. Okay. What was your objective in talking behind my back? And what were you hoping to gain from that? It's like an HR question all of a sudden.
Well, what were you hoping to gain from these posters? But I'm asking a simple question. Okay, what were you gaining? Okay, number one, I've watched you talk about people's businesses. No, you haven't. Yes, I have. No, you haven't. Thank you for the story, though. Thank you for the story. You know what? Your story's done. That was like a poor person's story.
It's frustrating.
Spend $12 for an extra page to finish your story.
This is Greek frustrating. No, you're frustrating. Well, you're very frustrating. No one makes me want to get out of my chair more than you, because that's my iconic thing, is to get out of a chair. And I mean, you've been one of my closest friends, but you are also so fucking frustrating when you won't listen. You are too. Frustrating. And then it goes to commercial break and we come back and she's like, and you talk, and I'm willing to listen. And I added on to that comment that was made, and I'm just going to spell it out again. No, I'm not the one trying to be Jen Shaw. Oh.
And so now Angie gets really pissed. And it's like, you think I want to be Jen Shaw? You look like her, though, but you look like her. You've got the same hair, girl. The same everything. She's like, no, this is my fucking hair, girl. Now she stands. Now she's mad because they're fighting about hair girls and brow girls.
Yeah.
That's what you
naturally.
really need to get to Angie. Like, you mess with her hair girls, you are dead.
Yeah, this is a nice twist on the Tamra judge. Jen wants to look like me. Now we have a you want to look like Jen, in this case, Shaw, fight with your hair. So Lisa's like, yeah, okay, you don't have the same hair. We have the same brow girl and the same lash girl and the same nail girl. God forbid. So Angie's like, I have been going to my brow girl for 14 years. Listen, see, look, you better listen to this because this is about a brow girl. You better listen. My brow girl for 14 years. She's the fucking best brow girl in all of Salt Lake City. And Brittany's like, wait a second. Is that the same brow girl who was flirting with Jared? Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Flashback to 1 year ago, Angie telling Sean that her brow girl was getting DMs from Jared. Blah, 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 blah. But what
Brittany trying to
about
insert
herself. So Angie's like, everybody knows the brow girl. You've used her. You've tried her. And Lisa and Brittany's like, but I want to know. Does anyone else want to know? Am I the only one who wants to know about the brow girl?
Because I haven't used the brow girl. No, I haven't done it. Like, everyone ignores Brittany as she tries to like pivot herself into this. And then Angie's like, everyone loves her. And Mary's like, yeah, she's the best. And Heather's like, this is totally stupid. It's like a science fair.
Lisa, get to the meat and potatoes. So the waitress is trying to get orders and it's a mess. And they won't stop yelling at each other, Lisa and Angie. And Amy stands up finally. It's like, Lisa, we have to order, please. She's like, you compared me to Jen Shaw. But we can get back to this, Lisa. Please, we need to order food. We need to have food in front of us that we're not eating, Lisa. It's the point of the show.
It seems like if you're going to have a lunch, there should be food. Man cannot survive on poster board alone. By the way, why can't Angie just say it was a joke? Lisa, it was a joke. I mean, because I've been waiting for like 2 episodes for Angie just to say it was a joke, but they can't get to it because now Whitney jumps in and she goes,
Wait, can I ask a question? And I think it's going to clarify a lot. What's wind? Like, what is it if you think about it? Think about it.
Who's blowing it?
Where does it come from? Where's it going?
if you are being accused of asking for $400,000 and we hear about it and we read about it and we're tagged in it, what are we supposed to think?
Whitney, there are a lot of accusations about you online, and that doesn't make them true.
Yeah, but like, now you pipe in, Meredith. You were silent when we were camping.
No, I was not silent. I was FaceTiming with my toddler. I was
You
making sure
were.
he was safe from Martha Sorensen or Molly Sorensen or whoever that evil woman was who wants to prey on my baby.
Ha 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 ha. So we see a flashback to camping, and Meredith is like,
We shouldn't be speaking about this behind Lisa's back. We should wait until Lisa's here. She needs the opportunity to present poster boards with her sayings on it.
and so we come back, and Brittany's like,
I thought it was
well,
fine.
I mean,
I thought that was fine.
I thought that was
that's
standing
totally
up for
acceptable.
someone. Yeah, what are
Yeah,
you
I
supposed
think
to
so.
do?
Yeah, I think that's totally acceptable. Meredith Marks standing up. So Brittany's like, well, I was surprised that Meredith didn't speak up more because she's got legal expertise.
Okay, well, that's real funny, Brittany. Another lie from you. You know what you are? We'll call you Little Miss Perjury. That's legal for lying because that's what you do under oath.
Yeah,
Well, I
you would
would've-
know that if you paid the extra $18 to get to the perjury part. Non-payer.
Well, I would have been interested in your perspective because you're the only one with a law degree.
Well, I spoke about it legally. Maybe you didn't listen legally. Okay.
No, you didn't say it. Was she not off? I mean, like, mostly silent. Wasn't she mostly silent? Everyone, she was silent, right? And anyone
Brittany,
know?
I don't want to hear the lies anymore, Brian. I do not want to hear the lies anymore.
Oh. Mary's like, no, you did not stick up for your friend, Meredith.
Well, yes, I did, Mary. I did.
She's like, no, you didn't.
Well, I spoke up. I said, "Don't you dare say that." I said, "Don't say that." And then I said the rest through my eyes, which
Oh, you
speak
know
as loudly as
what?
my mouth.
They're trying to cause problems with us, Lisa. Don't listen to them.
And Lisa's like, I'm not listening to them. I believe you. I believe you, Meredith. I believe you.
This doesn't prove anything, Lisa. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, yeah? How are you unwinding your business, Whitney? How are you unwinding it? And Bron
Don't
was
talk
like,
about her business.
yeah, now
Bron was,
they're
like,
all
offended.
that she's talking about business. How dare you? Don't say anything about her business. You're deflecting. Oh, yeah? Well, how are you unwinding it?
You don't know anything about my business. Stop it. Stop.
Yeah, you don't know anything about Blake Lively, so...
But I'm getting out of business. It didn't work out for me. So
Oh,
no.
Yeah, so nobody put money into your company? No one did like a $10,000 buy-in?
No, Justin and I put in money in chocolate syrup, and we put in that money, and I'm paying. I'm paying out of Wait, line. Can I start from the top about this?
Yeah, but you know what? Then why are people bitching about you on TikTok? Yeah, because you're like on TikTok.
Digger, there she is.
Which was, by the way, true. That was hilarious when Lisa was going like hard in the paint saying she doesn't dig things up. And like she's already brought up 3 different things in this luncheon alone about stuff that she's read somewhere.
Well, but
There
yeah, but
she
Whitney's
is.
argument, but no, I don't think so. Because Whitney's argument was, Lisa, everyone's tagging us in all these stories online. How are we not supposed to know? And then she turns around and she's like, oh, you heard something about me on TikTok? Then you're digging. No, I mean, if it's okay for you to talk about stories that you were tagged on Instagram, you think she's not tagged in all these stories too? They're also ridiculous. They're
Well,
fighting-
I don't know. I think Whitney has a point here because the original argument was with Bronwyn and like Lisa is accusing Bronwyn of digging things up and Bronwyn's like, you dig. And then Lisa's like, I don't dig at all. And then Lisa's like, oh, well, this is what I found out about you on TikTok. It's like, you do dig as much as everyone else does. And the truth is, like, digging something up, like finding something on TikTok is more diggy than lawsuits being in the newspaper, I think.
No, I don't think so. More people watch TikTok, especially in that group. More people watch TikTok than read a newspaper. I mean, look at Beverly Hills. They couldn't even get through an entire article about Erica. But they'll know everything that's on TikTok. I mean, I don't think it's digging. I mean, personally, I just don't think it's digging to say, oh, I saw something on TikTok about you.
I think the point is that like Lisa's acting like she is like, oh, she's too busy to deal with this because she's dealing with Ben Affleck and Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick. But like she's just down in the trenches like everyone else.
Yeah. They're all hypocrites, I guess is what I'm saying. They're so silly because one minute Whitney's like, "Oh, really? But we didn't dig anything. We just saw it on social media." And then when Lisa's like, "Well, I saw something on social media." Digger. Okay. They're all ridiculous. So Whitney's like, "Bitch, there are so many TikToks about you and your new facelift, and I'm not bringing that up." And there's legal documents. Like, coming for me is not going to vindicate you in the court of law.
In the court of law. Whitney, you're the last person that needs to be talking right now. Just in general, has nothing to do with this argument. You're just
She's
really bad at
scared,
talking.
everybody. She's scared.
No, I'm not scared. Dismissed.
You're
okay, are you
scared.
fucking kidding me? Are you
You're
fucking kidding me?
scared.
If I were scared, would I pay $25 extra to get the full article? I don't think so. Okay, I
Yeah,
protect real
because
journalism.
you're covering up for the truth because you're scared.
No, I'm not scared of the truth. You're scared of the truth. Guess
Yeah.
what? Guess what I just did? I took what you said, I turned it around, made it about you. Because you've lied about me. Okay, you're scared about the truth because you lied. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? And there's a judge that says fucking dismissed, and that's not a cover up. You unwinding your fake fucking bleep is a cover up. Okay, that's what it is. Bleep cover up.
You don't know anything about that. Why are you lying? Why are you going there right now, Lisa? Why?
You're disgusting, you fucking I thought she said redneck, but I guess she said redhead.
Well, I thought she had said redneck, and then the caption looked like it had said redhead to me, but it was obscured, so I can't
was pretty
say
sure
with
she
authority.
said redneck, but here's Whitney's Instagram post from today or yesterday, right after the show. So much to unpack here. At first, I laughed when I saw because I thought she called me redneck and I was laughing at my own mess. But then I realized that she actually called me redhead as an insult.
Exactly.
And it just sent my entire heart bursting in pain for all of the redheads that I
My heart bursting in pain.
that I love deeply. This, in all caps, right here is all caps, exactly why I colored my hair red. Sad crying face. If you are naturally redhead, please know that you are beautiful and rare. Star emoji. Don't listen to the hate. One day you will love your natural beauty. Heart. Don't let Lisa's bullying get to you, redheads. Okay, Brittany. Okay,
I think
you're a real
I think-
Trevor project over there, Whitney.
We are both children of redheads, and
Yes.
we take this issue very seriously. But
And I've never been bullied
is a
harder
bit
than I
much.
was by that redhead. So I'm not worried about the redheads of my world. That's for sure.
but it was funny because I did notice. I was like, okay, because I went back and I was like, I'm pretty sure there was some obfuscation, and but I'm looking at it, I was like, I'm pretty sure that says redhead. But then Whitney said, "Oh, redneck." So now it makes sense that she heard redneck, but Lisa Barlow said redhead. I also love that like Lisa Barlow's insult has like no craftsmanship to it. It's just like redhead. It's not like you ginger haired fucking freak or something like that. Like it was not even, that's not good either. But at least there was something to it. It's not like she'd say, "You tomato headed Twinkie face."
You ever Chris Wendy head?
You ketchup headed stupid body.
Period head.
So Lisa's like,
You lied about Alibaba, and you lied about all this chat, and you know what? I've got it on my phone, you liar.
But I don't source from Alibaba. I'm fighting for Wild Rose Beauty as a woman in business. I'm fighting for Whitney Wild Roses.
Good. You know what? That's your excuse. So you know what? No one's talk about her because she's upset. Okay, she's so upset.
She's a real Meg Whitman over there. So, oh, well, okay, well, this is great. Well, the liar is lying a little bit more because Whitney's like, "And I didn't pile on. Meredith didn't stand up for you. Everyone talked about it. And I did not pile on. I didn't pile on."
yes, you did. Whatever. And whatever, Lisa deserves the pile on, even if everybody did do it. Lisa loves getting in that mess as much as everybody else. So Whitney's like,
But I'm paying off my debts and I'm paying off my partnership because I have the money to do it. Yeah. So
okay, so now you're bragging about money like Lisa. I mean, these ladies are so ridiculous. I love them.
she throws a napkin at Lisa. They're like, oh my God. She's like, good luck. She's like,
I'm not being accused of owing people money.
Then why are you paying
I
people
owe
back?
people money. I'm not being accused because I already owe them. I'm being
I'm
accused of
not either.
paying them back.
I'm not either. Bye, 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 bye.
So she like kind of pushes her away because Whitney's trying to get in her face. And so Whitney just starts storming around the room and she's like,
Yeah, you know what? I'm triggered. Lisa triggered me. I'm so triggered. I'm leaving.
and so she storms out of the room, kind of moving her fingers in the air, like in a I guess in what is supposed to be a show of her being triggered. She's like,
I am triggered.
yeah. And that's the to be continued. What will happen?
so funny. This show is so estúpido, and I love every second of it. Every time. Even as I'm groaning and being like, oh my God. I laugh every single time.
It was hilarious. And I really was not expecting I was really not expecting Whitney to be the cliffhanger on this episode because she was just sort of sitting there quietly. And then, but like, she shows up. She shows up. Oh, yeah, by the way, the actual quote, the quote is, you're disgusting, comma, redhead. So it is official. Lisa Barlow did say redhead, not redneck.
Where's the official quote? Where'd you read it?
I saw hold on, let me pull it up. I know, I just lost it. It was on Twitter. Really great information.
Oh,
But
they had like the
a
video.
transcript. Yeah. Okay, well, whatever. Anywho, such a funny and hilarious episode.
Yeah. Thanks so much for being with us, guys. This was a fun one. We will be back in a couple days with Real Housewives of Orange County and Miami reunion. So join us for that and go over to Patreon for videos and to get our latest bonus episode, which is covering an episode of With Love, Megan. Until next time, we love you guys. Bye.
Bye.